This is how much money I made in the last 365 days from my YouTube channel after becoming a full-timer. Contrary to what you may think, becoming a full-time YouTuber is not exclusive to millennials. That's why last year at the grand age of 51, I made a massive leap of faith and decided enough was enough. It was now or never to finally free myself from the 9-to-5 shackles so I could live my life on my own terms. I guess everybody's definition of living life on their own terms is very personal. For me, it's all about freedom and the ability to make enough money without having to endure 2 hours of commuting on packed trains every single day, constant stress, dealing with managers who very often don't have a clue, sitting in pointless meetings, and worst of all, pretend I actually cared, all of which is deeply unsatisfying. After doing all of the above for over 20 years, yes, you heard me, over 20 years, it finally caught up with me and I thought, I'm literally wasting my life and trading my time for the sake of a measly monthly paycheck, and wondered how much more I could take. Well, the answer is not very much at all, as it all started to heavily impact my mental health. That's when I thought there must be more to life than this, and I decided to concentrate on YouTube full-time. A month ago, I celebrated my 52nd birthday, which means I have officially made it over the first 12 months mark as a full-timer. I thought it was the perfect time for me to share my experience with all of you who feel they are currently trapped into what feels like an endless dark tunnel and can't really see a way out of it. Before I go any further, if you are new to this channel, my name is Luc Duran, the founder of Ranking Academy, which is all about helping local businesses and solo entrepreneurs to become more visible online so they can generate more money. If you've been following my channel for a while, you may think that this video is a little different to what I normally do, but I'm pretty certain you'll find a lot of value out of it. New visitors or not, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The aim of today's video is not to tell you you should give up your mindless job or whatever professional activity you're involved in and to start a YouTube channel tomorrow, but instead it's to show you you have option, and if I could escape my 9-to-5 grind at 51 through the means of a YouTube channel, so can you. First, let's talk about money. As I showed you in the introduction of this video, in the last 12 months, my channel generated over $67,000. In itself, this figure is meaningless. For some of you, it will be a lot of money. For others, it will be very little. The question is how much you would need to quit your job. Also, you must understand that this revenue comes from YouTube advertising only. Many YouTubers are able to generate other streams of income, such as selling courses, organizing seminars, selling products, and more on the back of their channel, which in many cases largely outperform their YouTube advertising revenue. Achieving this kind of result is possible for anyone. It doesn't matter how old you are, where you're from, if you have prior experience in video making or not. I had none, zero, nada. So how did I get to where I am today? As I've mentioned earlier, I worked for the same company for over 20 years, sitting behind a desk from Monday to Friday, and slowly but surely I could see myself fade away. I was uninspired, demotivated, and depressed. If you have reached this stage yourself, you have two options. You either let yourself drift further down into a negative spiral, or you just grab the bull by the horns and say, no, I was going to show the world what I was capable of. How? By making videos and launching my very own YouTube channel. I had no experience in video making, no equipment, and clearly no idea. So what was my channel going to be about? I thought about launching my own fitness channel because at the time I was really interested in that field, and I even registered a domain name, but I didn't pursue it. Then I thought about launching a travel channel where I would travel the world with a friend and document our adventures and provide travel tips to people, but that wasn't really practical. What most of us don't realize is that very often we're sitting on the gold mine and we don't even know it. Instead, we keep digging around it. That's when I realized it would be a much better idea to create a channel about something I knew very well rather than some random topic. I had been doing search engine optimization and online marketing for many years in my company, and I said to myself, why not create a channel about that? The idea was very simple. Create easy to understand in-depth marketing video tutorials to help small businesses get more clients. Now, I had an idea. All I needed to do was to create a channel, shoot my very first video, and publish it, right? Unfortunately, I had no clue how to do that, so guess what I did next? I found some tutorials on YouTube showing me how, and after a couple of weeks, I was shooting my very first video on an old iPad. And in February 2016, I published it on my channel. Needless to say, I was super excited, but unfortunately, it was a total flop. It didn't discourage me though. I was fully aware I couldn't expect to be a hit from the get-go. So that year, all in all, I published 30 videos. At that point, I was still employed full-time and spent most of my weekends and evenings working on my channel. After 10 months of work and 30 videos, the results were still not very good and doubts started to creep in. And that's when you start asking yourself whether you're wasting your time, you're not good enough, and whether or not it's all worth it. But remember, desperation is actually a fantastic tool, and the alternative of sticking to my day job for the rest of my life was making me feel worse than my channel not performing. I had no choice but to continue. Another 5 months went by, and after publishing a few more videos, I started seeing a shift in the number of visitors coming to my channel. It wasn't huge at all. Instead of the usual 14 views a day, I was getting about 30. Hallelujah. A couple of months after that, the number of visitors turned into hundreds. I was ecstatic. Hope was finally in sight. By the end of 2017, I had just over 1,000 subscribers, which at the time felt like a real milestone. Although it was still not enough for me to quit my job, going to the office was suddenly a lot more bearable. My channel gave me a sense of direction and focus. I was also getting a lot of positive feedback from viewers. Most companies fail to address these aspects with their employees, mine included. But at least I was getting it from somewhere else. And this is my biggest tip to all of you who feel trapped. Find an activity that gives you a sense of purpose. It will transform your life. Encouraged by these latest results, I continue to work hard on my channel and improve my skills in the process. And during 2018, I started getting requests from small business owners asking me if I could help them with their online visibility in exchange for a fee, which was absolutely amazing to me. This is also the year I started monetizing my channel through YouTube ads. Extra cash started flowing in, which was very nice, but it also meant more work. I was spending most of my free time working on my channel. As the revenue from my channel continued to grow, my mindset shifted and it became increasingly difficult to focus on my day job at all. I knew it was going to be time soon to hand my notice in, and despite being terribly unhappy, it was going to be a very difficult decision. I had a date in mind, but before I could do it, COVID hit and turned everything upside down. And in February 2021, I was made redundant. But I was finally free and I could finally embrace a new career as a full-time YouTuber. As you can see, it didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of work, dedication, and a bit of luck. But in the end, I was able to put myself in a position of not having to look for another 9-to-5 job, which I know would have made me completely miserable. Today, I'm living life in my own terms. I can work from home or anywhere I want. All I need is an internet connection, a computer, and a video camera. I'm confident you can achieve the same results too, a lot faster based on my experience. If you decided to do so, here are a few tips you should consider. Don't let your age hold you back. You can start at any time. As a matter of fact, the older you are, the more experience, skills, and knowledge you can share with an audience, giving you an edge over the younger generations. Be patient, it won't happen overnight. Your channel is the seed to your freedom. Water it, nurture it, and it will grow. You don't need any video marketing knowledge to start. Everything you need to know is available online. You don't need any money or hardly any. My initial investment was about $150. Nowadays, you can build a successful channel using just a smartphone. Make sure you have a plan in place. Think about your target audience, what problems you can solve for them. Provide a ton of value for free. I never tried to sell anything to anybody. I was always trying to help, and people reached out to me naturally. Even if you don't end up making a living out of it, you might be able to generate some extra income. It will also make your day-to-day a lot more enjoyable. Whatever the outcome is, remember this. It is a path to personal improvement. It will push you to places where your current job will never take you. Some of you will get to the point where you make enough money to consider doing this for a living, but it might not suit you. Here is what you'll need to take into consideration before making the jump. It's likely you will be working harder than ever before. I do. You won't have any social interactions with work colleagues, which may have an impact on you. You'll need to be disciplined. Working from home doesn't mean rolling out of bed at midday and putting in a few hours in the hope money will be rolling in. It can be stressful, especially if your revenue or the traffic to your channel starts going down. You'll need to adapt. YouTube and the internet in general are constantly changing, so you'll need to make sure you stay on top of what is happening. But the most important point is this. If you're currently unhappy and decide to stay in your day job, I can guarantee you will be even more miserable in 5 years' time. To me, the benefits far outweigh the downsides. Here is a short list of how it changed my life. Besides being able to finally quit my job and become my own boss, I have now a sense of total control over my life, which is a fantastic feeling. I can relocate to another country if I want to. It won't affect my work. Many opportunities I never thought about have opened up. I now do ad hoc consultancy work for people around the world who have found me on YouTube. I have taught classes. I am helping out local businesses to get more clients, and I'm sure there will be more opportunities to come. I constantly improve my skills. I have learned more in the last 4 years teaching myself than in the last 20 working for a company. I am not restricted to a paycheck that will hardly ever improve. If I become better at what I do, I will simply get more money. I've built an asset from nothing that is now worth something, and I might be able to sell it at some point. Who knows? There are many other reasons why becoming a full-time YouTuber has been one of the best decisions of my life, but I don't want to gloat too much. God knows what the future holds, but I'll do everything I can to never return to the unhealthy 9-to-5 grind. Am I living the dream? What does that mean anyway? My goal was to escape my day job, work from home, and be able to make a living online. As far as I'm concerned, I have reached it, but goals are moving targets that contribute to personal growth, so I have no intention of stopping just yet. If you feel stuck, do you have an escape route? If you do, share it in the comments below. And until next time, happy marketing.